Hey, it's BrickTsar, and today we're looking at a very special Lego train set. This is set number 113, that's set 113. It is the Lego Motorized Train set, and I do believe this is the first ever Lego Motorized Train. It is from 1966. The box says it has 402 pieces. It makes this passenger train with this blue locomotive. The blue locomotive looks funny because it has the battery box and the motor all in one. And you got a mail car, and then you got a passenger car in the back of the train. So this is 1960s technology again. The motor is actually a very powerful motor. You need to have good rims on the wheels for it to have good traction. The wheels on the passenger cars do not roll very well. But this is awesome for a nearly 50-year-old model. In a couple of years, this thing will be 50 years old. So we're going to look at each of the cars. I'll show you this thing running. We're going to look at the box and some of the pamphlets that you get with the set. Alright, here's the box. It has the slide out thing, and the reason you see pieces in here is because I have 3 of these sets. One is the one we're displaying. I got this one that I haven't built yet. I was going to build this one because the pieces are actually in a little better condition, except for the wires. But I already had this other one assembled, so I just did what was easy. These got these gray plates. These are the bases for the passenger cars. You got the special printed bricks. That's for the mail car post. Notice the high quality centering there. One of them's way off center. And then here's your other printed tiles: Hamburg, Basel, Geneva. I think there's different cities and different sets. Some may be like English cities. Some are more continental Europe cities. I think there's variations on this set. And then it's got the trays inside here. These plastic trays were common in a lot of the early 60s sets. Great for storing stuff. I actually thought about I got a bunch of these that are in sets. I thought about just getting them and using them for when I part out sets. These are actually, if you use these little trays, they're easier to use than the Lego sorting trays, because if you use this tray about this size and they got another one that's half that size, it's easier to dump the pieces out. So I just thought about using these. These are all, of course, classic grays. Every piece will say, that's larger like this, will say Pat Pending on the underside of it. Here's the motor. 4.5 volt, and here is the battery box. There's a screw on the underside of it, and basically the motor, it's got those connectors there, and these middle connectors on the bottom of the battery box, they touch like that. That's how the power gets there, so you don't even need the wires. That motor there, I tested it. It's a little locked up right now, so I'd have to do some repairs to it, so that's why I'm using the other one. But that's just kind of overview of the parts. And then on the back of the box, it shows the kid playing with it. Good high quality pictures of the set and the couplers. These are the couplers. And you get an oval track with it. You don't get these pieces. I've seen some that have included these, but you don't have enough track to make this up and over. That's just kind of suggestion how to make ramps and make an up and over. You'd need more track to do that. Alright, here's the battery box, and the reason this piece is sticking up here because I cannot get these to connect. If I connect this side, so these bricks are so old, if I connect it over here, it'll connect, but then this piece won't connect. It's in there, but it's sticking up a little bit. And I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but a lot of these blues are all different colors. I do have, perhaps there might be some that aren't vintage pieces in there. Most of them, I know these lighter blues, those are vintage pieces. And these are definitely vintage, these and the grays. So that's the locomotive. Alright, here's the post wagon. Now, it's just a simple brick build is all it is. That post is crooked. Now there were some quality issues in the early days. That one's crooked. That one's more centered. It's still off center, but it's just basically 1x8s, 1x1s, things like that going around to build it. And then you got a lot of smaller gray plates to make this top part. The underside of these carriages, it's an old style turntable on this truck base here. And if you see here, I got a 2x4 plate that's the coupler holding. Those are actually not good to use. Some inventory showed the 2x4, and on the back side I have the 2x2. When I originally made the inventory, I did it by the 2x4 ones, but they hit the wheels. So the box shows the 2x2, so I'm going to convert them all just to the 2x2. I don't know what this particular set necessarily came with. Apparently they did have some that were either, but it hits the, I think it's the flange, it hits that part when it turns. So anyway, that's the mail car. And here is the passenger car. It has no doors, just a bunch of windows. It's basically, again, just generic builds, just 1x1s, 1x2s, 1x8s, printed bricks, and a bunch of clear pieces. Actually have one that's probably incorrect there. That looks like one with no tube. Most of them have the tube. But I'm not real particular because I'm not planning on selling these anytime soon. I may sell the third one I have if I get it all working, but I'm keeping these two that I have, the one in the box and then this one that I have built. But that's the passenger car. All right, look at that instruction manual. That looks like the instruction manual for a little poly bag or a small set that came in a tiny box. But it is the instruction manual. Now, in the early days, they skipped a lot of steps. And you kind of had to really watch as you were building. And then like here, it's like basically you build the car in 6 steps, but it's simple build, so you don't really need it. A lot of detail, but that's how simple the instructions were. And I also got another manual here. I almost thought about doing a separate video about these, but I won't. This is old catalogs, and this shows you the different tracks you can buy and set up. Of course, with this type of rail, you don't have to worry about reversing loops and things because there's no conducting of electricity through the rails, like with HO trains or something. Some neat little layouts you can make with the track. And these are the different track assortments, 150, 51, 54, and 55. I always thought that was a neat looking bridge they built out of rails. There's an idea book that has some really cool things you can do with these rails. And then here is another cool little book. Shows things built with these parts from the 60s. Just awesome. Another train idea. I ought to make some of these. You know what? I won't do it in train month, but later I might reenact some of these ideas from the idea books. There's the guy, suit and tie. And some more. So it's just a little idea book for the trains. Just awesome. And look at that cola. We need to make that. It's like a mini land style. That should be easy to make. So there you have it, set 113, the Motorized Train set. The first Lego train with a motor. So tell me what you think. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment and tell me what you think. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But remember, this is part of Lego history. If it wasn't for stuff like this, we wouldn't be where we are today. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome, especially considering that it's almost 50 years old. I really like it. I hope you do. Thank you for watching. This is BrickTsar.